Alright, here we have a table of contents. So you can see all the sections. This is just an overview of the Old Testament. It doesn't go incredibly in depth, although you could do that in depth if you wanted to. But it's just basically giving a broad spectrum for your child. And it tells you right here, if you read the Grapevine method, it gives you a good idea of how it's played out. There's a timeline, you read your Bible lessons, you draw, your kid draws if they want to, and then review questions, memory verse if you want to do that as well. They have a schedule if you want to follow their schedule. And if you want, you can also make character and event cards for kind of for a review. So here, there's lots of information if you want to, if you're unfamiliar with how, like teaching Bible lessons and stuff like that. So there's lots of information to prepare you for the lesson. And here's a really cool thing. My 4-year-old loved this, was the timeline. And I would draw it out, and we had like a banner that we would review with, and it was pretty cool because, I mean, you could just, if you wanted to, just photocopy these and put it in a notebook or make a banner. So here are the lessons. And everything's laid out really well. There's tons of background information, which is like what this is, goals and key points for the teacher. And then the lessons are scripted, although you could just kind of paraphrase it if you wanted to do that. And it tells you exactly what to draw, and it shows you over here. See, right here, shoop, and that shows you for each day what you're going to be drawing. And it's kind of cool. I really liked the fact that the triangle was used to show for God, so that it showed the 3 parts of God. So my 4-year-old was able to understand it pretty good from that. And then since I did it with such a young kid, I got these questions. I would just conversationally ask these questions, and it's not like he was graded on it. It was just, you know, conversation, kind of like what you would do in a Sunday school class. And same with the lesson review. I would just, you know, after you taught, these are some questions, and then after the entire lesson, these are questions. And sometimes we would have usually just one memory verse I would focus on for the week. I would pick which one I thought he would do best with, and since he was so little, he had a hard time. My other 2 are easier, but he had a hard time memorizing stuff, so I would focus on one. And character and event cards, we didn't use these because we had the timeline, and I didn't think that this was really necessary for him because he's not all that of a visual learner. So, and if you wanted to, you could write out the memory verse in here. Obviously, I didn't because we had posters that I had up for that. It also suggests you learning the books of the Bible, but I figured we did this. We started the books of the Bible the second time around using this. So it just depends on your child and their capabilities. And then it has a little review here. Like, these are pages you could photocopy for your student if you wanted to, and they could color, trace over it. And here's about the next lesson about Adam and Eve. It's the same layout, everything's scripted, and it tells you your Bible verse and shows you specifically what to draw. So you can draw it out if you wanted to, or you could just photocopy this if you wanted to. I've done it both ways, depending on how busy we were. And go back to the big back. I'll show you Ezra and Nehemiah. See the same format and how it shows each thing that you draw, and it has scripted lessons, the questions. It's a really easy to follow format. You get really used to just going with the flow of each week doing what you're supposed to be doing. And you see there's lots of review, and obviously you could use this a year or 2 later if you wanted to. For older students, they could do copy work, and you could ask them questions or something like that. But with younger kids, I just ask questions as they were coloring or drawing. As my 4-year-old was coloring or drawing, I would just, you know, pick a couple questions that I thought were the best questions, and I would just ask them. And then there's you know, more, I don't know why the timeline's in here so much, honestly, but yeah, it's, here we go. Then here at the back, it has schedules. If you need a daily schedule to follow, a weekly, I don't remember what this is for. I honestly didn't look at this page ever until just now, so this is something. Okay, so this would be for an older student. See, we didn't do this. Since I did it with a 4-year-old, and then a 5-year-old when he was second time around using it. I'm just gonna flip through real quick so you can see. Obviously, you don't need all the review text with the younger. You would use this like the following year when they're older. And it's really nice to have this as a teacher. The key points that you're going to be teaching. So you can just like read this real quick, and then you have your lesson that you do. Super simple. It's a really easy to follow format. You like Satan there? Oh my gosh, it's kind of goofy looking, isn't it? Obviously you can draw it how you want to do. But yeah, that's a little inside look at it.